Nonsense. You know him. The Fortnite-hating, all-powerful YouTube personality we faced off with in Versus Nonsense. But how well do we really know them? Here's 10 things about Nonsense. You want to know what's actually nonsensical? These wacky numbers. Look how many people aren't the first to see these videos as they come out. It's crazy. Alright, enough goofing. Let's get into it. Versus Nonsense was developed by YouTuber Nonsense Humor, who made the character as a personification of himself. According to their video, How to Funk at a Friday Night, Nonsense originally began as a reskin for Boyfriend and Senpai. Because Nonsense is a reskin, their image file can replace Boyfriend in almost any mod imaginable, which is something Nonsense Humor does while playing other mods, to insert themselves in. Because of this, however, playable Nonsense is a much smaller variation than in his respective mod, causing fans to dub this version of Nonsense as fun-size Nonsense. Versus Nonsense Full Week was developed entirely by Nonsense Humor. On the Game Banana page, they credit Cade for the Cade engine, and Gweb for the video cutscene extension used to play out the chaotic storyline of this mod. Revealed in their video, How I Made Versus Nonsense Without Any Modding Experience, Nonsense Humor is behind every aspect of this mod for art, animation, music, code, and charting. The video details how they used a series of YouTube tutorials to learn how to use programs behind mod development, and their struggles on getting everything to work correctly. The most recent update to Versus Nonsense Full Week replaces the silver play button on the back wall with a gold one. The YouTube Creator Rewards program gives out these plaques in the form of play buttons to creators who reach certain subscriber milestones. Before the release of Versus Nonsense, Nonsense Humor had less than 100,000 subscribers, which is required to receive the silver play button. But once they reached that sub count, they changed it to gold to reflect the next milestone. The text on it saying "never gonna happen" is a bit of self-deprecating humor, as at the time Nonsense Humor didn't expect the mod to pop off as much as it has. Versus Nonsense is one of the few mods to be altered by the player's accuracy. There are different cutscenes if the player is above or below 75% accuracy, most of which includes Nonsense telling Boyfriend he sucks if the player is doing poorly.
Dang dude, you got some pretty tight bars. But get out. Wow. You're really bad. Wanna go again? Get out. Wow. You suck. Ooh, I honestly feel bad for you. I mean, you did kind of suck at this. Did you just dab? In 2021?
During the song Context, if the accuracy is above 75%, Boyfriend will dab and upset Nonsense. If it's below 75%, Boyfriend will look worried. In Highlights, the accuracy affects Nonsense, making him look worried if it's over 75% and bored if it's under. The final song, Nonsensical, is a joke song, having Nonsense spam a ludicrous amount of notes and having the player only have to press one. The song has two endings depending on if the note is hit, resulting in Nonsense being beaten by Boyfriend or the other way around. However, if ghost tapping is turned off for this song and the player misses the note intentionally, the cutscene where they press the note still plays out. Nonsensical, when selected through the song select menu, is different than the one that plays at the end of the full week. If the player is looking for a challenge, this version of the song includes parts where Boyfriend sings too, making for an actually difficult alternative to the previously easy track. Since it wasn't immediately obvious to people outside of Nonsense Humor's circle of friends what some of the references in the background are, he made a community post highlighting what each item is supposed to represent in the original background. From left to right, we have a dinosaur, a picture of AA Illustrator, a wanted poster of Benny Studios, a clock that's stuck on 420, a note with Marshy on it, a poster of Gay Venomations, the previously mentioned play button, a Mysterious Tunes mask, Among Us trash can, Lazy Goobster mushroom, Miley Heart sunglasses, a Luigi hat referencing Nonsense Humor's old channel, which he now considers cringy, and the most important reference of all, a bookshelf. It's a reference to books. Nonsense has slightly shorter hair in both his icons and the menu background than in the actual full week. This is likely because fun-size Nonsense has shorter hair to fit into Boyfriend's sprite sheet, and they were based on that version. Also, Nonsense was animated with his arms swinging in his idle pose because Nonsense Humor actually does that in real life when he's bored. During the final song, Nonsensical, Nonsense is floating in the air due to their godlike power. Originally, Nonsense appeared as if they were standing on a platform in mid-air instead of hovering. The first solution to come to mind is to have the sprite sheet gently bobbing the character up and down, but Nonsense Humor remembered that BB Panzer's mod Hellchart Carol had her floating in the air and bobbing in engine, and simply copy-pasted the code over to give Nonsense the same effect. Nonsense Humor confirmed in a YouTube community post that there will be a follow-up week to the Versus Nonsense mod, in the form of an image of the week logo, a nonsensical Friday night versus Nonsense. This update is slated to add 9 songs, some of which occur based on accuracy, and a wacky new storyline. In a comment on this community post thread, Nonsense Humor stated they have a team of 10 people working on this new update. update. Additionally, on the 1st of September, Nonsense Humor uploaded a teaser song titled Distant Nonsense on their second channel, likely referencing the tricky teaser song Distant Chuckle. And that's 10 things about nonsense I hope you enjoyed. What should I cover next? Let me know down below. Alright, thanks for watching. Until next time.